Good afternoon from Patong Beach in Phuket, Thailand.
Wow. Sidewalk. Well, through it.
As you can see, we have a bit of a mess here in Patong Beach. I just returned from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia a few days ago, and I didn't bring much good weather with me. Been pretty crappy since I got back. Now this sidewalk's usually a good 6 or 8 inches or more above the street. The street is flooded. Well, you'll see the cars come along here in a minute. My original intention when I got up this morning and got ready to get out was to try to keep my feet dry. You'll see how well that worked out here in a minute. This is by far the worst flooding I've ever seen on this street. Usually this part of the street is relatively dry compared to up around Junction. But the street is flooded as far as you can see in both directions. See how that car is basically a boat. You can see a few people are still braving this street, though. I'm not sure I would, not in a car. Every once in a while, not often, but every once in a while, a sinkhole opens up under this street and you get a hole, and you would really never see it today. Even when I'm walking, I'm really careful where I put my foot down. I'm not really afraid of the water, but it's just something you got to be careful of. You can't see through it, so something to be concerned about, I guess. I'm walking down the street to my regular restaurant number 6. For those of you who haven't been to Patong Beach, this is how you get there. Only normally there's actual street and actual sidewalk to do it on. Now what you're walking on, what you can see to the right here, that's a pile of sandbags. There's a construction site to the right, which I think I'll show here in a minute. A little bit of it anyway. Anyway, the water level down there is a good bit lower than the street, so they're in the process of protecting it.
Excuse me?
And I'm sure they're pumping water out of there continuously. Stay. No such thing as dry feet today.
Wow.
And I think the people who left motorbikes parked on this street today are going to live to regret it. That water's up in the bearings and everything else. Up in the brakes and bearings and in the muffler. Yeah. Well, there's somebody that's not too smart riding a motorbike down the street. Yeah.
That would be an idiot.
He hits a patch of mud and he's on his ass in a heartbeat. And especially riding it that fast. I mean, if I was riding a motorbike on this street, it would be real slow. I wouldn't be going very fast at all, car or motorbike. Again, I'm walking up on the sidewalk, and you can see the sidewalk is completely covered by floodwaters there. Rath-U-Thit River, I guess we'll call it today. You see that guy's wheels are almost submerged on the right there, going into Junction-on, I think. Now, what most people don't realize is there's a dip in the road before you go to into Junction-on itself, and before you go up in that little rise to Junction-on. And so you can see that car is going to get really low in the water, and then come back up again. That there is Junction-on. That's my eating place of last resort today. Really rather have Thai food, but not sure how that's going to work out.
This is the side.
Now you could about take a canoe down this road pretty easily. In fact, you don't even have to do any work. The river, the current would carry you down there pretty quick. We get a view of that a little bit later. The water's moving right along. Now that guy will go by and he'll create quite the wake as he goes by.
Nam tuom.
I'm going to cross the street here, I think. And you can see there's nothing but river.
Rath-U-Thit.
And there you go. You can see it moving quite speedily down the way there.
Cut.
Even up here, you got to be careful. The sewer grates in these roads are, you can't see them. And I'm hoping they're there when I step into them. That's for sure. I've seen these sewer covers come up out of the ground a couple times during the floods when the water just comes out of them, not into them. And especially in Kuala Lumpur, it's really bad for that. So you got to watch your step. I step lightly, and when I'm in that water, feel with my feet, make sure I got solid ground to walk on. Now that truck there, I think is delivering sandbags. I think. Coming up to my restaurant here soon. Well, they're not open. You can see that.
See it,
You
John?
can see that layer of sandbags down there, all the way across there, and you can see what they're sandbagging against. And there's no end to it up there either. Now, who in their right mind would be wearing high heels today? That's my question. Just saying.
Maybe I'll go this way.
So it's back up on the sidewalk again, I guess. And back to Junk Salon.
It's only water.
Yeah, the sandbag company's been doing brisk business lately, I guess. Now we're coming up to Bangla Road. That's the party district in Patong. Today the water's coming from the mountain downwards, so that Rath-U-Thit is flooded. If this was a tsunami, it'd be coming from the opposite direction. And you'll see that when we look down Rath-U-Thit, or excuse me, Bangla. Bangla is relatively dry compared to Rath-U-Thit, and Bangla is in the direction of the beach. I'm not sure you can see it very well, but that there's this, not that street, but right where that fan is passing, that street is one of the sources of water for Rath-U-Thit. I'm going to zoom in on that in a second here. There you go. You can see it a little bit better. See the water just goes flowing right in there. It's coming. It's not really raining right now much, so it must be coming from the mountains. That's the only thing I can figure. And that's about it. We're coming into Junk Salon now. High and dry, or well, at least high and damp. And that's the end of our little expedition down Rath-U-Thit River today. Goodbye from Patong Beach.